Ra-pa-pa-pa, ching, 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 ching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this Thursday, the 18th of December show. It's a pre-market show, and you know what we got? We got CPI in about a minute's time. So we're going to get started with the show right away. Anybody who is trading CPI, please feel free to post in the live chat. Let us know what you're seeing. We also have a $5,000 account prize giveaway. Let's get over to the show. All right, 20 seconds left on the clock until we see that live number come out. It's the November CPI that's been delayed due to the U.S. government shutdown. Each and every one of you, welcome to our show today. Let's see. So we got on the top left, we have U.S., this is the S&P, Bitcoin, gold, and U.S. dollar. And that data should be dropping any second. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is the reason why we watch CPI. My days. Woo, nice little pop there. So reversing the moves from yesterday, we got Bitcoin higher, dollar lower here. So initial reaction is higher. Sometimes we see what's called a knee-jerk reaction. If we want to break down the numbers here, they're just about to print on our good friends at the Forex Factory. CPI was expected to be 3.1%, a little bit hotter than previous, and it's actually cooler. So inflation is coming down. Look at that. That's amazing. Also, we got the unemployment claims coming in right smack dab on the numbers. 224,000. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that reaction. Let's have a look at the different asset classes. So these are the four that we like to follow the most. First over here, we have S&P 500 stronger after that number came out. Inflation coming out weaker than expected. Also gold popping higher. Inverse correlation here. US dollar weaker. And what we're going to do is we're probably going to have to maybe place a trade here. We'll see. It is the last full week of the pre-Christmas season. So we're gonna see what we're gonna do here. I do think this is a great sign, but we like to give at least 2 minutes for all the algorithms and all the quants to get their orders out and through the system, and then we like to kind of come in and trade after that. Basically after things calm down a little bit. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to crank up the music a little bit because I'm in the holiday spirit. We got a little bit of jingle bells with a little Latin twist going on. So yeah, it's nice to kind of get in the holiday spirit, but at the same time, we're seeing a stronger S&P, a stronger NASDAQ, and a stronger Bitcoin. So does this continue is the main question. For anybody who's interested, we do actually have a prize giveaway that we're going to be providing news about. But first and foremost, before the prize giveaway, it's the CPI. It's the CPI is big. This is what the market's been waiting for. Likely the last big data point before the end of the year. And I'm going to look at, I'm having a look right now. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have a look at some orders here because there is an opportunity here for a nice move today. Initial reactions, as we're seeing here, is a slight move higher. I want to say we've moved about 20 points higher on the S&P. So nothing to be sniffed at. It's definitely data season is back and back with a vengeance, everybody. The data is back. I feel like it's taken a long enough time for us to get through all of the, government shutdown, the delays. Some of the data wasn't available, some of the data wasn't taken. And it's nice to kind of see what markets are doing. So definitely higher. We are seeing what could look like a US dollar starting to move back higher here. I'd like to see if we can hold. So for the S&P, for example, I'd like to see if we can hold above 6.7, 6.7, 6.7 would be nice. Yeah, for those of you who are not 6.7 fans, I do apologize for that. Sorry about that. So anybody interested in the prize giveaway, let's let you know about the prize giveaway. So if you would like to be entered into the prize giveaway, all you have to do is very easily look in the live chat to this video. If you don't see a live chat, then look in the top left of this video, and you can enter the prize giveaway for $5,000, $5,000 account. Yeah, we're moving and grooving here. S&P moving and grooving. I'm seeing I'm seeing some strength here. So let's see how it goes. We are minded to kind of take a trade here. We tend not to really trade often in the pre-market, but we are looking at some strength here. So we're going to break down a little bit on. We'll let you know exactly how we view the CPI number, what it means, and then other ways for you to kind of take trades or analyze it in your own portfolio. I think that's the main thing. So what does it measure? It's basically looking at, it's short for Consumer Price Index, and it's measuring basically a basket of goods, essentially. For those of you who are new to the market, I know we have a variety of people who are watching this, and some of you are at different stages in your investing journey. Some of you are closer to the beginning. Some of you are closer to the end of your journey. And for those of you who are closer to the beginning, markets tend not to move straight up in a straight line. There tends to be cycles, and there also tends to be catalysts. And one of the big catalysts for markets in particular are these data announcements. Now, we haven't gotten a whole lot of data announcements because of the US government shutdown, and this CPI number has been one that has been widely anticipated and widely waited for by a lot of traders who wanted to see how is inflation doing. Is inflation actually under control? Is inflation actually where it needs to be, or is it high? Is inflation going to impact the broader market, in particular the Federal Reserve? But right now, it's looking pretty strong. We got gold here. We can break down each individual chart in a second. But if you have anything that you'd like for us to cover, or if you'd like to ask us any questions, please feel free to pop your questions in the live chat. We do have in the live chat also the link to the prize giveaway. Okay, so what am I doing now? I'm thinking here. I think it's worth to, and just a reminder, everyone, this is not financial advice. I think most people are already aware of that, but just so you are fully aware, nothing that we say is financial advice. Please conduct your own analysis before making any decisions based on topics mentioned in this show or any other shows that we do. And we always have to put that out there just to make sure that everybody knows you are responsible for your trading. All right. So I'm on the fence here. Let's go to a closer chart. That's a nice reaction there off of that CPI. Really, really good reaction, and we're holding up pretty well. I'm gonna put a little notification here, and then a notification here, and this is gonna give me a little ding, little ping if we move above it. Let's make it 71. Okay. Yeah, this is showing some strength here. I think over the last few days we've had some what I would argue to be some pent up buying, and we're seeing what could potentially be a fairly strong update today after this CPI numbers coming out nice and cool. So I am having a look at S&P 500. Options prices look quite nice. They just got a ping off of that. We just hit that. Yeah, it looks like it's heading higher here. So we're gonna just quickly have a look at some of these options prices, and then from there we'll quickly go in and we'll break down what CPI is and how you can basically use it to benefit your trading and your trading strategies. Okay. All right, so we're holding off for now, but it looks strong here. It's looking strong. We compare that, like to look at the Nasdaq as well, is strong. Bitcoin is also strong. We've had the initial, let's say the initial 4 minutes going on 5 minutes after the announcement, and it's still holding up, which is I think a good sign of this could be a sustained move here. So let's see. All right, we're gonna wait. We're gonna do the right thing, and we're gonna wait. Famous last words. Okay, let's see who is in the office today. We got Atharva is also here. Atharva is with us. Nice trailer from ISO. Khalid Crypto says, nice to meet you all. Sean Chokera is also saying, is the giveaway still running? Yes, it is. Sean, also, let me pin. Yeah, we already had the message pinned. There we go. So that means Justina must be here. So thank you very much, Justina, for keeping everybody in line. Good afternoon to Enoch, and good afternoon and hello to RBFX. Everybody, glad to have you here. Make sure you comment, subscribe. And Daniel is also here. Bullish or bearish for crypto, sir? Well, as of right now, depending on your time frame, but as of right now, we're seeing some strength in the crypto market right now. So let's see if that can continue. If it can, then maybe today is one of those up days. But as we always say, you have to be very careful with your time frame, your stop loss. What is your risk tolerance, and also what are your goals? So if I say bullish, or I say I think it could be heading higher, that doesn't mean it's going straight to the moon today. So you have to be very cautious. This strength is really picking up, and I'm tempted to just jump in here. If we look at the last week. Here we go. That's a great CPI move there. So to start the week, we were way back here on Monday. Okay, so to start the week, we were actually here. So Monday, from the open on Monday, more or less, we were here. If we draw... let's go here. So this is where we started the week. This was Monday, going into Tuesday, going into Wednesday, and then yesterday was a fairly big down move. And now we're starting to perk back up here. We do have tomorrow as the last day of the week. We also have a very shortened week next week. Remember, Christmas Eve is going to be half day. But I mean, if all things remain considered, we're at 6,777 right now. We were at 6,767 about 10 minutes ago. So S&P is looking good. In terms of the question that we got here from our good friend, I believe it was Enoch. Where was it? We had a question about crypto. And I believe it was from Khalifa. Hey, Khalifa, what's happening with crypto today? So if we're comparing, what's moving today, definitely we see Bitcoin stronger here after that CPI. NASDAQ looks like, sorry, this is gold. I changed it to gold, my bad. S&P is showing strength. Bitcoin's also showing strength in the first few minutes after this CPI print. So what I'm going to do is I'll take some time to actually go through the charts, and we can break it down a little bit and look a little bit more granular into, you know, the key individual levels, and then also what do we see for the rest of today. But yeah, we're moving and grooving from 6767 to 6780. That's a reaction. That's definitely a reaction. It's always the case. Let's see. Okay, so we're looking to get in here. So remember, not financial advice here, but we're looking at an S&P that's moving. So we're gonna follow this trend higher here. And what I'll do is I'll put a notification here if we do get a reversal. Let me do it on this one. So if things do shake up, or we do get a little a slight pullback, we'll get a notification so we can stay tuned in to the matter at hand. Let's put it at 7.5. There we go. And we can let this one go. Yeah, so this is a perfect example of a catalyst. We got that CPI number here, right there, 9:30 Bermuda. So that's 8:30 for those of you in New York, 1:30 for those of you who are over here in London. And that basically ignited this nice sort of move higher. We didn't get in before. We weren't sure what the data was going to be. We didn't know what direction and what reaction the market was going to give us. But we're seeing this nice sort of follow through higher. So initial move up, slight pullback, and then a second leg higher. Now remember, we have US markets opening in 45 minutes, and we're going to have to stop actually in about 15 minutes time. So make sure, if you haven't done so already, to get in your entry into the $5,000 account giveaway. And we'll be sure to do that draw in about, we're doing it about 5 to, let's say 7 minutes. We'll do the live draw. So if you're interested, or you have a friend who's interested, please feel free to share the link with your friend and or family member or loved one, and you'll be entered into the $5,000 account giveaway, courtesy of City Traders Imperium. Okay, let's take a moment. Let's take a quick moment, and let's have a look at some of the levels. So some of the charts as we prepare for the trading day, because we read all of your comments, we read all of your live chats, we read all of your posts. And one of the things that we found is people like to see charts. People like to see more information about how do we prepare for the market open? What are the things that we look at going into the trading day? So let's have a look at some of the charts now. So we've already kind of looked at the S&P 500. We mentioned the CPI data, giving us a nice little boost here, and it's moving and grooving. We are actually in a position right now, a long position on S&P, and targets wise, we're looking to kind of get back up to where we were yesterday. Starting of the day in the pre-market yesterday, we were up above 68.22. So that's our sort of soft target on the upside. For those of you who do trade crypto, and there's quite a few people who like doing the crypto trades. Here is a nice little chart of Bitcoin, and it's nice to see Bitcoin's reaction is positive after this inflation data, because Bitcoin's been getting a really bad press, let's say. We've been following this channel here as a sort of very key area that if Bitcoin is going to move higher, it does need to clear. That's coming in between 90,000 on the upside and 88,000 on the downside. We're actually in the middle of that channel. If you want to see how far that goes back, that channel starts back here at the 6th of October, Monday, 6th of October. We've sort of found that it's always pausing in there. Since the 6th of October, it's paused in there once, paused in there twice, paused in there 3 times, and now we're getting what could be a 4th attempt outside of this sort of, I guess you could call it a descending resistance level. So that's what we're watching for today. Looks like we're smack dab in the middle of it now, and that CPI print that we just got coming in cooled could be the catalyst that was needed. We've seen all the posts about the liquidity. We've seen all the articles and all the interviews with people talking about how much liquidity is being pumped into this market right now. And looks like there is a bump higher in what we would call riskier assets like crypto. So keeping an eye on Bitcoin, I think today could be very, very important. If Bitcoin continues to run, then we could see things like NASDAQ finally start to move a bit higher today. It's down quite a bit for the week, and it's also having a bit of a tough time. This is gold. So gold's reacting very positively after that that data that we got. And I guess you can't just put it all on the CPI. We also did get that unemployment claims. The unemployment claims came in smack dab on the number. So exactly what was expected. It was expected to be 224,000 unemployment claims, and we got 224,000 unemployment claims. But I think this is, for me, this is, I think, the main surprise, downside surprise. It's the consumer price index. And if we look at why traders care about it, it accounts for the majority of overall inflation. So when we talk about inflation, we're really looking at the consumer price index. This is over the last few years. And if we zoom in, we can see inflation is more or less under control here. It's under 2.7%. I think this is, for me, this is probably one of the biggest data points of the week, if not for the month. The fact that we've seen a decrease in inflation here compared to the expected 3.1. So I think that's what's driving us here this morning. We also have Trump's calendar. So President Donald Trump did do a press conference yesterday, or he did a address to the nation. I tried to get through all of it, basically giving out a check to all of the military members. I think it was $1,700. That's already been sent out and due to arrive before Christmas Day, as a show of appreciation to all of the servicemen and women. Today, his calendar looks fairly private. Most things are closed. He's got an intelligence briefing, executive order signing. He's got a Christmas reception, but nothing. I don't think anything major is really gonna move markets. So looks like we're coming back a bit on S&P. I'm gonna tighten up the stop loss here and make sure we're protecting that profit. Okay, yeah, looks like we're gonna tighten up that stop. That's the thing about when you're trading, where you're trying to do 50 other things on YouTube. It tends to be a little bit counterproductive, and this is just a reminder how counterproductive it can be. Okay, so we're sitting pretty. We're up slightly, and we're managing this position. Looks like it's pulling back a bit. So what we'll probably do is just get out with a small profit here, and then look to re-enter after the open. Our main strategy that we use most days is called the opening range breakout. It's the orb for short. So if you want some more information about that, please feel free to ask us and reach out to us. We're always happy to provide more information about our strategies and what we do. So I trade full time, primarily looking at trading opening range breakout with the S&P 500. And we are actually at the moment, we're doing our 12 days of Christmas, the financial version. So every day between last week Saturday and Christmas Eve, we will be featuring one of our favorite podcast episodes. And there's a whole lot of information. Each episode has a different guest. It has a different person's philosophy and different person's perspective, a whole new set of strategies. So if you think of it as basically the opportunity to hear from 12 of some of the best and most successful traders and investors of all sorts, all walks of life, I'd highly recommend you to check it out. So we're posting that on our X. We also have that on our Instagram and on our new TikTok account, which we just opened this week. So check it out. And then tomorrow we'll be back again with Andrew, and we'll be doing this this whole thing all over again. Tomorrow is triple witching, where we have the expiration of index options. We have the expiration of stock options in stock options expirations, and then we also have futures rollover, giving us the triple threat, the triple witching tomorrow. Okay, so 2 minute. This is the 2 minute warning for everybody. In 2 minutes, we will be doing the live draw. So this is your last chance to get your applications in for the prize giveaway. All right, let's have a look at one more chart. Let's see. So we're seeing what was a mini, I guess you could call it a mini pullback. And now it's starting to resume higher. Bitcoin still holding up well. Let's have a look and see how far it came after that data. So the data was announced here. It's a nice move. 1.5%. So Bitcoin moved $1,300 after the CPI number. And this is the reason why we like to track things like CPI. We don't we don't play around. This is a business. We knew CPI was coming, and we prepared for it as best as we could. US dollar starting to weaken after the CPI data came out here. So yeah, moved lower after the cooler CPI. And then gold, apologies earlier, I think I usually have NASDAQ down here, but today I put gold because NASDAQ and S&P are going to look similar. Gold is looking a little bit stronger after that CPI was announced here, and it's moved up higher. So we like to kind of take a holistic approach, and I think that's the best way to do it is you want to be able to understand the entire market as best as possible and then make the informed decision that you can make. All right, so now it's time to do the prize giveaway. So no more entries, please. No more entries. Okay. Let's see who is entered. Who has entered? There we go. All right, so we got a few entries here. I'm going to pull everybody's name who has entered, and I'm going to put that into the random name generator. Here we go. Okay. All right, so all the best to everybody who has entered. We're going to run the drum roll, please. There we go. And the winner of the $5,000 account goes to Abhishka Raj. Let's call him Raj. Congratulations, Raj. Well done. So you will get the credentials sent to you. Congratulations, Raj, for winning the prize giveaway. All right, that's it. That's our show for today. Thank you very much. If you do want to show your appreciation, please provide us with some feedback. Send us a message. You can always comment on these videos directly. And if you like the video, please take a moment to subscribe and share this with some friends or family, loved ones over the holidays that you think would benefit and who you think would enjoy some content like this. So CPI looks like a CPI day. We're going to prepare for the open in New York in about 30 minutes. And from all of us here at City Traders Imperium and Signature FX, have a wonderful trading day and happy trading.